guys, good morning. I hope everybody is having a great morning. I'm a little later this morning joining you for live, and I was thinking about the topic, and it's interesting because today and yesterday I had a few conversations about parenting, about some choices we make as parents, parenting teenagers through, transition time from childhood to adult years, and a lot of different things. And I realized that as parents we go through a lot of challenges that if it's our first child that is going through these stages, we don't often know how to deal with. But it's not just parenting. Very often there are life stages, life experiences we go through that we haven't been through before, right? It can be in the career sense, in aging and health-wise, and navigating this correctly. Most of us, we're just winging it, right? We're figuring it out as we go. It's a school of hard knocks. It's actually, in our career, I'm in finance. Of course, we see that money management is 100% result of the school of hard knocks for most of us. Very few of us get the education, the training, or the experts or the financial advisors that can help us avoid some mistakes. We basically make mistakes, fix them, we've learned. We make mistakes, fix them, we've learned. So we tend to learn through experience. And one thing that you learn as you study the science of success that I have kind of come to realize is the easiest and fastest way is instead of trying to get all the hard knocks ourselves, find somebody who has what you want. And it doesn't have to be every aspect of life. Let's say you are a parent and you have, you know somebody whose kids you admire. You see that they have great manners, they have great relationship with their parents. Then that would be the parent you'd like to interview. You'd like to learn from them what they're doing. And then the biggest, I guess, liberation in terms of success mindset is that success is really a plagiarism science, right? You're supposed to plagiarize. You do what other people have done to get the results that they have accomplished. So today we were talking with a neighbor about parenting through change, and I was sharing what I was doing, what we were doing, because we just went through a stage that they're going through with their child, and so that's helpful because you could, I've done tons of research to know how to talk to my daughter about middle school pressures, about increased stress on sexuality early on in life, how to talk about chastity, how to talk about, how to address peer pressures, how to feel cool about being good. Like, I had to interview tons of other parents who's been there before and asked a lot of questions to be prepared to deal with it. So I'm happy to pass the torch, so to speak, to somebody else who is entering that stage. But it saves somebody tons of time and energy if you can get the advice from somebody whose results you are happy with, right? So in parenting, it works, right? You find somebody who has what you want. You find somebody you admire, whose kids you admire. You talk to the parents. I had friends of mine that are looking to move to North Carolina from California. So they know we just moved to North Carolina. They did the smart thing. They called me. They said, "Can we talk? Let's figure out all of the, mistakes that we could potentially avoid if you can, navigate us through your experience." That's smart. So you find somebody who has what you want, and you try to learn from them as much as you can. Now, if you have somebody whose lifestyle you admire, right? If you see somebody who has flexible lifestyle, who is fit, who is exercising, who has maybe a time throughout their day to spend time with their family, to work on their dreams and goals, then that's a person I try to get as a mentor, to see what it is that they do. If somebody is very successful in their career, so that's really the simplest, the fastest way to get some answers. Now, of course, we have many areas of life, right? We have spiritual life, we have financial, material life, we have career progress. We might be passionate about certain hobbies or interests. We are also parents, and family members and children, and so there is many really different aspects of life that we could be working on, and I find that if we tackle all of them at once, it's very stressful. And so because change is difficult, even though it's pretty predictable, if we do XYZ, we'll get to to the destinations we want to go, but most of us are not willing to do the XYZ because we try to tackle too much at once. And really, it's much easier to start incrementally. So like, let's say we want change in our quality of life, but we also want change with relationship with our kids, and we want change in our income and maybe career options. Choose one to start with and let's see if we can implement one step that would help you address that one issue. And so once you get comfortable with that, then you add something on, so that change becomes part of your regular routine and it's not overwhelming. Because if we tend to change too quickly, too much, that our comfort zone calls and we basically revert back because it's just too much to manage. So you want to develop the habits one little step at a time, one little step at a time, one little step at a time, right? So that's kind of the idea, and that's what I thought I'd share with you this particular day today. I've been thinking about mentorship and just really how much it helps to save tons of energy and research and mistakes. And it's not that hard to find people that we admire. And it's interesting because most people who are successful in any area of life are willing to share. They're willing, even if you are like in a career that's not like self-employment like us, but let's say you're professionally trying to develop in a certain area, and to get to the next level, to the next breakthrough, find somebody through LinkedIn, professional networking, and reach out and say, hey, I really admire your success in this area. I'm also passionate about this and this, and I would love to have an opportunity to pick your brain. Maybe I can buy you a good cup of coffee, maybe we can have a Zoom call. I'd really appreciate just a few minutes of your time. Most people would be flattered. Most people would be happy to share what they've learned. So it's okay to seek mentorship, it's okay to seek guidance, it's okay to seek advice. It's also it takes a little bit of humility to kind of know, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe if I see somebody's life experiences that seem to be more attractive than my own, maybe I should pick their brain. Maybe I should seek guidance. Don't try to figure everything out yourself. It's just much harder, much harder, and the results are often not as good. So I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you.